So back at it with Russ.
Yep.
Another
let's get
interview.
It, man.
Get to see your ugly face again.
All right. I'll take that. I don't really care.
No worries, man. Hey, shout out to Renee Poeking for putting that last interview with Sadie
Yeah, for
together.
sure, man.
That was a great interview.
Really, really cool.
Inspiring, for sure. Single mother, trying to, figure out her way at a young age.
Yeah, up and coming photographer, man. She's putting in work.
Being able to, make it through. So big ups to her. Shout out to her for coming through all the way from South LA.
That was a long drive. I was surprised that she came that far. I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. So shout outs to her.
Big love to her for that.
Thanks to our sponsors, Café del Cid.
Yes.
Go to delcidcoffee.com. Make sure you get your promo code at delcidcoffee.com. Tapped in _media.
Yeah, all right. You got
code.
that?
Dude, I don't know. And then also, just want to give her.
My part is to screw it up, not yours.
I know. Just want to give her, big, saying that we're praying for her.
For sure.
We know that she recently went through some serious, I know she has a serious condition.
Mm-hmm.
So she went through some surgery and it was pretty painful. So, hopefully she has a speedy recovery so she can get back at it with her business.
No doubt.
Again,
and if you want to see more about that, go ahead and I'm going to leave a link down here in the description.
I know she has a GoFundMe. So that she can keep her business afloat.
Check out the video that she did, because she did talk about a little bit more when we were at the Inglewood Farmers Market out there one Saturday morning at SoFi.
Yeah, and shout out to Upland Nutrition out there in the city of Upland.
That's right.
My new neighborhood. And then also a big thank you to our partnership with 3P Studio. And then, of course,
Andy, thank you.
Of course, can't forget our very own Taco About Good.
Javier, what up, man?
Continues to feed us throughout every interview.
And gives us a ton of fireball shots. It's all good.
Yes, sir.
We're not hating on that.
Big shout outs to him. So on to our next guest.
Yes.
She basically makes us look like little bees.
We don't do nothing, man.
Considering everything that she does.
Because I'm afraid to ride a bike. I ain't gonna lie.
I am afraid to ride a bike too.
Motorcycle wise.
I don't think I've ever been on a bike either. So
I haven't. I've been launched from it, but that's all. We'll talk about that later.
She's a badass female entrepreneur out here building her own lane, taking no shit and repping hard for the women. She runs her own nonprofit organization, Biker Kids Foundation, runs her own business, Crazy Cats Moto, and is throwing down the first ever all-women's lowrider Vikla and tattoo show. Big respect to her. Make some noise for Kat, the biker chick.
Let's go, dude. We finally got her in, right?
Hopefully that intro was good for you.
Was that a good intro?
Thank you.
Pretty good?
Yes,
yeah?
That's good.
All right,
yes.
See? She liked your intro, bro.
No, thank you for coming out here. Now, the good thing about her is that she lives locally.
I know. She's a local.
That was good.
Here in 3P Studio. We're in Pomona, for those of you that don't know.
So it was only about, a 5-minute drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So that was good.
That's not too bad, right?
It was late. Everybody knows.
Nah, it's all good. That's not, you know what?
It was late.
Every guest that's, we tell them a time, well, we don't mind it just because we still have to do our little adjustments with the camera and audio. So it works out for us when they're late. But thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
No, yeah, it's pretty awesome. I know you recently had a big fundraiser in Orange County. So I wanted to ask, how was that real quick?
That was amazing. That was last night. So the foundation is run by me, Travis from Two Felons, Eric from Espinosa's, and Andrew from Factory 47. They're all small businesses in the motorcycle industry. So we all kind of take a lead on a fundraiser, and that was Travis's lead, and it was amazing. It was almost 500 people that showed up.
Dang.
For the event yesterday?
For the event, yeah. We raised more than $5,000.
Oh, cool.
For one night.
Is this for a Biker Kids Foundation?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So our goal is to open a grief center out here in Pomona.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and a little more background on that. So let's go ahead and pull out a little story on it, because we're talking about the Biker Kids Foundation, and that's Kat's foundation that she founded with other small businesses. And I want to say it's like other 3 partners. Am I right?
It's 3, yes.
Yeah, 3. And I did do a little bit of reading on you guys and what you guys do for like the grief counseling. And then you guys also provide services and money for like fallen riders for the children of the fallen riders. And that's a little more of the backstory that what Kat does. And that gave us a big interest in that, because we love community stuff, and Andy and Rojo and myself, we always look at like, okay, what are they doing for the community though? Like, so we want to get involved, and how do we talk to them about what's going on? And for somebody to, do events like that for fallen riders, I mean, that's tough. and the grief I can't even imagine, actually, because I don't think a lot of us can relate unless you've actually been in a situation like that. And what you do is you guys provide services like that for people that are experiencing it at that time, right?
Yes, for kids, yes.
For the kids, for the families.
For the families,
right.
You're still supporting the families, but for the kids, it's like the scholarships and
right.
the counseling will be for the kids. The funeral assistance, something we brought out this year. So, it helps.
I did see that in the columns on your website, which is pretty crazy. It's bikerkidsfoundation.com. Right? Did I get that right?
Yes. With the
yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want, like, oh man, you got it all completely wrong. He has no idea what he was talking about. But I saw that you guys did have a donation box like on the screen or a prompt where you can, do that type of stuff and like, $50 or $100, whatever the grief counseling may be, which is, that's pretty cool. Do you guys ever get, big donors or let someone just says, hey, I'll just do the, I'll just do it for free. I'll donate my time, like for grief counseling or whichever it is.
We have had counselors that said they would like to volunteer their time, especially when we first opened up, because right now we're building, so it's a lot of people offering their time. Yesterday at the event, we had DJ Trouble who offered his free DJ services. We had the band, Thelma and Louise, offer a very discounted rate. The photo booth, she also, donated the photo booth to be used. So
that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
a lot of people donate things. All the raffle gifts were donated, and I think we had more than $6,000 of raffle gifts.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course the bikers love the raffle gifts that we're donating or that were donated because they're all from other motorcycle. A lot of them are from motorcycle industry. So
that's pretty cool. So you guys you have a pretty good support system as far as like people that's when they see what you're trying to do, because
definitely
that happens I hate to say it. Like something like that tragic does happen.
Yes.
Quite a bit. Like it's not.
Unfortunately,
it's unfortunate, but like because we were talking about it before we started recording. That it's people don't care on the road enough to see bikers and stuff like that, and then incidents where people get cut off. You kind of mentioned a story like that before we did this, and it happens more often than not, and it's unfortunate. And I mean, it's a great idea that you have too. Who's going to help raise those children? Because a lot of these guys, they got kids.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that there's not been more organizations for that.
Which was intriguing to us.
At least that I'm not aware of. So, hearing your foundation and doing that for these kids who've lost their dad or their mom, from a tragic bike accident. I mean, that goes a long ways, man.
No doubt.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a little personal with me on how I thought about this, was because I lost my mom when I was younger, and I had to take care of 3 sisters, and my dad was just not on a good route because he was struggling himself to lose her to, it was cancer. So obviously we watched her slowly leave. But
cancer sucks.
So I know what it's like personally to lose your parent young.
For sure.
And then have to take on a household. And back then, there was no support.
How old were you?
I was 20.
20 years old,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But I had a younger sister. She was like 9. And then I had my other sisters right under me. So I was the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to step in.
Yeah. And I didn't have my dad wasn't, my mom always took care of things. So my dad just wasn't there. And I had to literally internet how to take care of a house, how to pay a mortgage.
No doubt.
Property insurance, so it was a lot of learning.
You had to grow up fast.
Yeah,
That's a quick grown up experience right there.
Yeah, and I was battling my own demons as well, with drugs and alcohol and things like that. So it was like I was trying to balance being this older sister and losing a parent, and I couldn't really grieve because I had to take on this responsibility.
Yep.
So then, things numb your pain to kind of keep you going.
For sure.
So, so I made a lot of, it was bad mistakes, but mistakes that helped me get through. And I don't regret anything.
No, it's good. I mean, I lost my dad at 15, so I totally understand. It wasn't from cancer. It was from cirrhosis of the liver and pneumonia. He was an alcoholic. He died about, I'm going to say 2 months after he was deported. This was in 97. And then Russ here, he lost his dad to cancer.
Yeah,
So
cancer.
we totally understand.
Yeah, big time. My father-in-law currently, he's battling cancer, liver cancer. Pretty rough stages right now. It's intense, and I give you credit for bouncing in and trying or jumping in and trying to take care of family at 20 years old. That's not easy for anybody. You know what I mean? Like that's
no.
I mean, seriously, you have to grow up.
I mean, at 20, people say by 20 years old you should be like a grown ass adult, but
No.
literally you're
Yeah,
still
that's
trying.
crazy, dude.
You can't.
Yeah.
You want to party. You're
Yeah.
trying to figure out life.
You're about to be
Just say
21.
21,
Yeah, you're still
man.
trying to figure out
Definitely
life,
wasn't.
but to step in and try
About to
take
black
care
out in
of-
Vegas. Wait, what?
Wow.
What?
But to try
I've done that a few times. Damn.
I'm sure you have. So have I, though. Who hasn't?
Bye.
All right, there you go.
You know-
But
More
big
times
big credit to you for doing something like that. Not a lot of people want to step up. You know what I mean? Don't have the willpower. That takes a lot of time and
How tough was it though to deal with your dad, who was not, there, even though he was there physically, but mentally he was just checked out. Am I correct? Or
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was on. His own. He was on his own drugs, and he just didn't know how to take care of daughters. I mean, when you're watching your wife as well,
took a toll on him.
Slowly deteriorate. Pretty much
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
It's a horrible word, but it is.
No,
you
it's
know,
that's
we-
what's
That's what it
happening.
does.
That's what's happening. I mean, my mom talked like me, very, we're smart and independent. And then, by her last days, she sounded like a little baby, and just didn't know where to walk, where to go. Like, it was just very traumatic. And you definitely appreciate life, especially at this age.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. And she was 45. I'm already 41.
Oh wow, she was
Oh,
young.
wow.
Yeah, she was young.
And then I think her biggest concern was to leave her daughters, so they're fighting because they don't want to do that.
Right.
And that was just hard to watch. But yeah, so that is like my personal connection with kids that have lost a parent. And my mom didn't pass from a motorcycle accident. But because I'm in the industry and I connect with riders and watching certain people leave
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. And
I mean, it correlates very well. I mean, it fits in perfectly, especially with the scene that you're in. So to see some of these kids, again, seeing their father, their mother, being lost to bike accidents, and for you to step in and try to help them out. I mean, that it's awesome.
And I think there's a lot of organizations for cancer,
Oh, yeah.
So,
There's plenty.
There's plenty of those.
Right.
So I, just all of us, all the founders, just really took toll when it was for
Honestly,
for
that's
the industry.
one of the
we're all passionate
most
about
badass
riding.
ideas that that you came up with in helping out these kids, because you just don't know what these kids are going through.
Nope.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
Big time, dude.
Losing your parent to a bike accident in that way.
Yeah.
Who knows if some of these kids aren't.
You've met some of these kids? Sorry to interrupt you, Rojo.
No, it's all good.
Have you met a lot of these kids?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah?
All of them.
All of them I've met.
Is there a
a
certain
couple
amount of
kids I
kids?
haven't met, but I've met obviously the mothers. Most of them are moms. And yeah, yesterday at the event, one of the girls, she brought her son, and it was my first time meeting him. And she's like, "You've been helping us for a couple years," and she brought 14 people.
Wow.
And her son had a cute shirt that said "In loving memory of my dad," and yeah, it was very.
How many
touching.
kids in total do you guys have right now that you're helping?
In total, right now, with doing the wish list, I would say about 25 kids right now.
Wow.
25. That's
Man.
not bad.
That's really good, man. 25 kids, man. They're going to you guys need Biker Kids Foundation with the Z, kids with the Z, .com. So if go on over to that website, go see what they do. I love that you guys lay out your mission story. And then you also have a video of a woman down there that has received some of your benefits and what you guys done for her.
Actually, she just came to support. And she heard about the foundation, and she wants to be involved and support it because
okay.
she
Nice.
loves the concept behind it since she lost her husband.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
To bike
to a
accident.
bike accident, to a motorcycle accident. Yes. So
My gosh.
So
man.
going back a little bit, when you said at 20 years old, you pretty much had to step in, grow up, be an adult. can you tell us a little more like what that was like, having to navigate life to figure out, like you said, figure out how to pay a mortgage, raise three other siblings? Can you tell us a little more of like how that was for you and how it changed you? And did it raise you up, or did it kind of create somewhat of a downfall for you at some point?
I think it was both at different moments in my life. So sometimes, I would be able to get through things and I'm doing good and all the bills are paid, and then sometimes, you just fall because, mental health is real, depression is real. I still struggle with it, and some of the things that have happened to me since I, was younger, you just, you remember things and you go through it. So it's still a struggle to this day. I mean, this morning I woke up struggling. So it doesn't, nothing ever, I don't feel like anything will ever real.
I think because you come from that same generation that we do, going through, our loss of a parent, your dad, being on drugs. My mom was also on drugs. She was a meth addict and just completely disregarded us, decided not to like step in and be like, you know what? My kids just lost their father. I need to step in as a mother and figure shit out. She didn't. And instead, I ended up homeless. So like you said, there was no type of help like the way that it is now, where you can go and get mental health, go get some resources. None of that exists. None of that was around. So we're trying to figure shit out.
I know. Is that kind of the same reaction that you get? Like how we're like, we're like, wow, you guys do that for people? Like, is it surprising? Because it's just not, it's unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of the just people that are supporting are like, never heard of this. Wow, yeah. Like this is happening. I am learning like more things about like Tri-Cities or in other organizations.
That's where I work.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
nice. Yeah, you're kind of like that's amazing. You don't even know that sometimes. So you have to really put it out there. You really have to like network what your organization is doing.
Yep.
Tri-City offered help as well with counseling and their facility and everything. So I am working with them as well.
Okay.
To start this.
There you go.
Yes. But yeah, it's a lot like to be out there.
No, I get it. Trust me when I tell you, like it's when I again with the whole mental health, like I deal with crisis situations. I work directly with a mobile crisis team, so I see it. I see 14-year-olds. I've had a handful of 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds that are just going, through it, that have, certain diagnoses, and it just sucks to see them having to go through what they go through, whether it's behavioral issues, ADHD, or just certain things that like they're not getting along with the mom and they run away. We've had to put one little young girl on a 5150 hold, and it just, for me, when I saw that, I was like, this is just breaks my heart, because I have a 16-year-old. For me to see that, it's just like something's up. Like what can we do to help these kids?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard seeing all
especially
that. So I get where you're coming from on that.
And that's big heart right there, like to do something like that. Because when it comes to kids, my kids are older, and I would, I'm still, I get all like sensitive. My kids are in their 20s, you know what I mean? So they're like, Dad. I'm like, I know, but I'm still, you just never stop caring that much, you know what I mean? Like where you're like, man. And then when you hear like an incident like that, it's so tragic. Yeah. And then you're like stepping in. That's got to be tough, like, and grief counseling is like, that's pretty amazing that you guys put that together and go find something like that. Like, I mean, did it take you guys a while to brainstorm on the idea? Like the four of you total, right? 3 of you?
Yes, 4.
4 total, yeah.
4 total.
Yeah, got that.
It was, so we started off with just wish lists. That's how our first
that's cool.
couple years started. So this year is when we brought out these new programs.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, last year we did a scholarship as well for one of the kids. So it started off with just wish lists, which we gave all these kids the wish list to fill out. And then we have a yearly festival to honor the parents, but also make it kind of fun for the kids, to show like everybody coming together and being supportive. Obviously they're kids, so we have like a petting zoo, we have face painting, it's all free.
Nice.
And
Very
we have
cool.
a skate park, and it's so cool because all the kids are like just. You will not see any on their phone. Like they're riding bikes, they're skateboarding.
Wow.
As it should be.
They
Yeah.
have little motorcycles. Some of them have like these little motorcycles, so they're all around. They're riding the pony. You know what I mean? And it's just different ages, but it really is a really positive thing. So yeah, it's just that's how we started. And what we would do is offer that free for the families to come, and then we'll have like Memorial Lane, which will show the parent, and we'll pray and everything and do something like that as well. But yeah, it's just an amazing event.
So, Kat, tell us real quick a little bit about how you got into bikes and motorcycles, and there's got to be something to it. Like you can't just one day you woke up and like, I'm gonna just go ride my Harley, or I don't know if you have a Harley or an Indian or whichever. But
A
Harley,
big one, a Road King.
a Road King. There you go. So
I don't even know what that means.
So yeah,
It's
but
like
a
one
bike?
of the big bikes.
Oh, okay.
it's a big bike. Okay, so tell us how you got into it, and give us a little bit backstory of why you got into something like that. Was it an escape? Was it some sort of like stress reliever? I don't know. So give us a little more history on Kat getting into motorcycle.
Yeah, a lot of bikers have family that that's how they got into it, but I didn't. I think I had like a distant cousin that rode, which she was badass. But my ex actually rode, and I was always on the back of his bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that one of your old pictures? Because I was scrolled over.
No. There's no pictures of that.
Oh, I
okay.
think she's probably scrubbed all that already by now, bro.
You're not gonna get a picture of that.
It used to be on there then, maybe
Yeah, that was like
at cat _the biker chick, maybe.
no,
I don't
there's
know.
no
All right.
pictures
All
there
right.
for sure.
That's cool. So he kind of got you into that, just being on the ride. It was like freeing, right, to be there with him, and
Well, it
then
was just cool to see him ride, and then it was something that I always wanted to do because his sister rode, and I would ask him, and he'd be like, no, and I don't want to show you, and I was just like, okay. So when we broke up, is when I didn't want to be dating because I was dating, and then I'm like, this is horrible out here. So I was like, okay, let me do something that I always wanted to do. I don't have kids or anything, so I just wanted to like.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Just some people call it luck, and some people are like, no, you should have kids by now. But yeah, so I went and I told my family and was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna get a motorcycle. And they're like, no way. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we don't put it past you, but we'll see. And I literally went that weekend and took the class and did my test. And
would you get the M1? Was that your license, right?
yeah. But before I got the M1, I actually bought the bike. I had my friend ride it to my house, and I started learning, and then I went and did the M1.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people ride dirty, it's called, just cause.
Yeah. Just cause.
Yeah. Just,
My brother-in-law does it.
Yeah.
He don't care.
He don't care.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a Harley or an Indian. He has just a rice rocket.
A rice rocket?
I'm sorry.
Is that what they call
dude,
it? Rice rockets?
We're gonna get all the bad emails. You can send those to Rojo. He gets all the bad emails.
No, I always wanted. What was it? A Gixxer, But it's something I
a
knew
Ducati?
I knew I wasn't gonna get it.
Man, how come you went with that kind of motorcycle and not like a faster one or like a not that they're all. They're all fast, but.
So definitely, the look, I feel like I'm a bigger woman, and I'm just like, I can't do the little crotch rockets for sure. There's
There it is, the crotch rockets.
Thanks, sorry, there you go.
Yeah, there's no way. I know there's other women that do, and I don't feel comfortable either on the way that it sits. You have to lay forward and stuff like that. I'm just not. I just wanted something to cruise with and learn. But I did ask people, what do they recommend? Because I had no clue. I first started off with a Sportster. So it's just a smaller Harley. And a lot of people start off with that specific one.
So it's like a learning bike.
Yeah,
kind of, right?
Much is, yeah. So you either go big and just go for it, but mostly everyone starts off a little smaller and then they'll trade it in for something bigger.
Was your family shocked when you pulled up with and got the Harley?
In a way, because again, everybody always called me crazy with so many things in my life. So they were like, she would,
Right.
So it was like a shock in a way, but not really. So then I just started riding the Sportster, and I think it was like a good year. I got in an accident.
Did you learn on your own?
You know what? I had a couple guys that would come over and help me a little bit and show me how to ride. Yeah, friends. And then I started on Instagram reaching out to some of the other girl riders, and started riding with them, which was like the club that I'm in now. And a lot of the girls would, just have me join. And so then I started learning like street stuff and different things in the motorcycle world. And when you enter into this world, it is, wow, like you're just like, this is a whole other different scene, different environment, different rules, different,
and it's very tight. It's very tight knit.
Different rules, you know. So you go from that to this. It's just a whole other world, and you're just pretty intrigued, and it's either for you or not, Yeah. So.
Yeah, we did see, or I did see that you. I think I heard, or maybe I saw something that where you were talking about, like, when you go riding with your sisters, like, I mean, your club, right? Your club sisters. That it's more like it's a getaway, and you guys drop all the BS, and then you just kind of go out, regardless if you have anything going on with whatever between each other. Just would you say that is probably the biggest reason why you wanted to keep going, and just get your bike and just get away and get the stress reliever, right?
Definitely riding is a big stress reliever now, especially once you get through the stress of learning how to ride.
Yeah, no doubt.
It just turns into your passion and something you love to do on your own even. The sisterhood I'm in is I have 3 sisters, so I kind of already knew about having like being in that kind of but these girls they all look for each other. Some of them don't have sisters and things like that, but we all look for each other, like just when we need certain ones or anything we're going through, and
they're there for you.
Yeah, they're there for you, just like regular sisters. And it's amazing. We do community stuff as well. So
yeah, I did. That's one of the things that we learned from Big Mike, because again, we're not familiar with the whole biker scene,
right?
But learning from Big Mike and that interview, and even me seeing, being that he was my neighbor, just seeing how close they were, and they look after each other, and they're there at a moment's notice. And like the biker scene really is like a tight-knit family.
Very, very.
Yeah. You think your friends are loyal? These motherfuckers are loyal.
Yeah, no
and that's
doubt.
that's one thing I will always respect. The biker scene, they're on a whole nother level of like respect, and loyalty.
Very supportive.
Do you guys always go to a lot of the biker meets and stuff like that? Do they still? I mean, obviously they have quite a few, right? Where you just kind of just go and hang out and go for big rides.
Yeah, especially with us, we're an MC, so there's RCs, which are just riding clubs. There's collectives of just like solo riders that kind of get together on things, and then we have like patches, and
cool.
We follow certain rules and stuff like that. So we support a lot of the other MCs. And we go to their events. We go to regular things as well, rides that people throw, like in Pismo Beach and Kernville and things like that. So that's kind of like what with our club, we like to travel to at times.
I think we need to like take up on a ride.
Yeah, I'm not getting on any bike, dude. The last time I got launched, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Like I literally got launched, and one time I was in the bike.
So you don't trust them?
No, I just don't trust myself. You know what I mean? Like
You're
I was on
supposed
the
to
bike.
hold on.
Well, yeah, but I was, dude.
What do you mean you got launched?
Launched, but okay. We were in the desert riding, right? And then I can ride, but I don't know how to adjust well or whatever it was, and just went a little too fast, and
I mean that happened to me too in TJ.
Yeah, but I ain't doing that, man.
I was on an ATV on a 4-wheeler, and there was dogs chasing us.
Yeah, I don't trust me.
The girl that was holding on to me while I was riding it was like screaming in my ear and just had me like, dude, stop. Like, I'm just let me get
no.
And it was all downhill, and I ended up hitting some dip, and we both flipped.
Oh yeah.
And she ended up on top of me, and the ATV ended up on top of us.
Yeah, see?
So I got knocked out for seconds.
I also flipped another ATV as well with my son. in the front. So once, and I threw, I launched him and threw him like, go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then,
Maybe you should. Yeah.
So
maybe
I'm like,
stay away from.
I am not meant to be on two wheels. I already know that. So hell no, dude. Like, I mean, I'm just not, like.
So here I thought that maybe it was from your dad that maybe was a writer or anything like that. But no, it's just you that just somehow picked it up.
And then I just started. Yeah.
And is your dad still alive? Is he?
Yeah, my dad who raised me. So I have a dad that raised me since my mom was pregnant with me. He is still alive, and then my biological dad actually died of cirrhosis of the liver as well in prison.
Like mine.
Yeah.
In prison.
In prison. I think I was about 25.
Wow. So even that, like, I mean, you were telling us earlier too, like how, we were talking about how you lost your mom from cancer, how to step up, be an adult, take care of the household, and then your dad gone too. But that means multiple tragedies on that end. So I guess it kind of makes sense that you put something together to do something nice for people. That's pretty cool. Like, not a lot of people, they won't do that. And they'll be like, oh well.
Well, they won't. About me. A lot of people won't even get out of that hell. I mean, that I would say that hole that that you probably were in at some point, dealing with the fact that you lost your mom. The fact that you lost your biological dad in prison.
Yeah, my biological.
And then, so that to me, that's just, most people can't seem to recover at times. A lot of people won't recover at times. I mean, even for me, again, I hate to like bring myself up, but most people would look at my story and be like, how the hell did you manage to, get yourself out of that situation? Of course, I had some help, but it was rough. So I understand, again, like that the losses of both your parents and still remembering them. I know you just celebrated your mom's 20th a few days ago, or like about a week ago, right?
She died on 4th of July.
Wow.
Yeah, which was her favorite holiday.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
Weird how the universe works.
And she woke up that morning. She woke up and she was walking around, and I had to go to work. And I just told her, like, hold on, we'll, go to grandma's after, because we always celebrate my grandma's birthday, because hers is the 5th. And we went, I left, and I told my sisters, just, watch her. And she wanted to keep leaving, which is kind of like a backstory of this. But she wanted to keep leaving. She didn't want to be home. And she kept saying, I don't want to. She even took the car and, like, she wasn't mentally able to take a car.
Wow.
So she like kind of broke down down the street, and they went and they got her, and then they were like, come on, just
inside
take
the
a
car?
nap. She didn't like crash or anything, but just she wasn't able to drive a car at that, especially how far along she was with her cancer. And I told them, just take her in, have her take a nap. And
it's okay. It's okay.
So it was at home that everything kind of went down, right?
Yeah. So they called me at work, and then I just didn't think it was that. They just said she wasn't waking up. My sisters were very scared. So I was just kind of confused on what's going on. So when you show up to something like that, there's people standing outside. You're like, what's going on? Why is everybody here? You're not even thinking like that. And then they wouldn't let me go to the back room. It kind of hit me then.
There's nothing that prepares you for that.
Yeah.
Ever.
And again, like I tell people, because people say, oh, I thank God, for waking up. But I honestly thank God when I make it through a day, because she woke up and she just, didn't get through the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
That's hard. And no one prepares you for that.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can't, no matter how many times you may think about it for yourself, or like tell yourself, I'm not going to be that way when something happens that way. When the time actually comes, there's no preparation involved.
Not at all.
There's no book to it. There's no book to how to heal. There's no how to react on it. Nothing like that. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it, because there's just what you feel at that time, that emotion. It's a whole nother level. It's unexplainable, but it's one of the truest human emotions next to love. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's part of love. I feel like it's because you're so found to that person, you're so deep inside and connected with them that way. And then that's it,
Because all the love that you had for that person.
For sure.
And now it's like,
totally.
You can't love them no more because they're no longer
there.
They're no longer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially a parent.
Oh
Really,
man.
it really is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, and mind you, I'm not gonna say I wasn't close to my dad, but my dad spent a lot of time in prison, and even then, when he was deported, he had just gotten out of prison, and got caught up, and I had just came back from Mexico. It was my first time ever visiting, where he grew up, and for me to come back, and him get caught up and get deported, it was heartbreaking because it was like, damn, I haven't even seen this guy. He got locked up when I was in the 4th grade. I was already going into my sophomore year when he got deported, and a few months after when he was deported, he passed away. So it was like that, I got to see him a month before he passed away, and he just cried. I remember him holding me and everything, and got to spend some time with him. And then, like I said, a month later in April, he passed away. So it was.
They already let him know from the cirrhosis.
No, it was an unexpected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was doing taloneadas, which is he would go to Rosarito, and he was a musician. Mm-hmm. So he would go and he would play the accordion for people that were like at the restaurants and things like that. And I guess he wasn't wearing a jacket. He ended up getting pneumonia pretty bad, from my understanding. And they took him to the hospital, but he was also suffering from cirrhosis of the liver, and that basically,
that'll do it.
And then after that, that's when I ended up homeless and all that. So it was, why am I even talking about me again?
Hey, man, it's all good.
Stories about
it's all good.
Her,
it leads to that. But Kat, I'm sorry to hear all that, man. That is probably, it's very tough. Like,
I think it's tough too with like when they give you a timeline.
Right.
I don't know if when they say you have 3 to 6 months. When we heard that, we were like, what? She lasted to 9 months. But when you're young, you're like, these doctors are idiots. They gave her a time, and she's, you know what I mean? Like, she's not going to go,
Yeah.
And I mean, there has been, when people who have been able to get through times that people, doctors say. So, you're just kind of like, it's not going to happen. You start, because you're a kid, you're not thinking like, they're wrong now, even she would smoke cigarettes, and we'd be like, Mom, stop smoking cigarettes. Like, didn't matter. Obviously now we know it wouldn't have changed nothing. Yeah. But when she wanted, at that time we're upset that she's even doing something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like tough time to take an action now, and it's like, I'm already headed down this road.
What type of cancer?
Kids don't understand that.
What type of cancer did your mom have?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Oh, man.
She had both breasts removed. And it eventually spreaded. So
that's tough.
Yeah, she had a lot of surgeries.
I'm sorry. How old were you again when she passed away?
20, but we were going through it since I was 10. So it's 10 years. She got diagnosed at 35.
Wow, for 10 years.
Yeah, 45.
So remission for 10.
She was in remission for 5 years. Yeah. So, and then she went to go get checked, and they said that it spreaded. So she was in remission, and then it came back.
She was a fighter. I mean, for that long. I'm like,
she did not want to leave her daughters. That was her fight. She didn't want to leave her daughters.
I think a lot of people see that too. Like when they're like, man, you're just fighting it through. But it's not just that. It's like that inspiration that they want to live because they want to be there. They want to see everything. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Like that's what life is about seeing what's going on around you. especially your kids. And So I mean,
so going through, you mentioned that you fell into drugs. You also were an alcoholic, and I know you're sober, right? Like you've been 3 years sober now.
I've been a little more than.
Shout out to you sober. Because I'm trying to do the same thing.
That's an applause right there because I know.
Really tried eliminating.
I already know, man.
How I drink now, and I bring this up only because, I always try to make people feel comfortable to be able to speak about their past, issues that they had, whether it was with alcohol or drugs. In 2020, I I guess, yeah, you could say I was a full-blown alcoholic.
Belligerent.
Three
kidding.
bottles a day almost. You know, I wasn't working, but all this money was coming in. It's like, nothing else to do.
We called it
drink.
the Rojo life.
The Rojo, yeah. They would always make fun of me because I was always traveling somewhere, or I was spending money.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, there was a lot of money coming in during that pandemic. I thought it was going to fuck me. Well, it did fuck me over because of the alcoholism.
I was about to say, you better not do
You know, so I know you battled with alcoholism. Now you're 3 years sober.
3 years. Damn.
Yeah.
Did you do AA and all that stuff, or was it just mental willingness?
No, I did. I did a couple classes. Again, we talked about connection. I didn't really connect a lot to things like that. You know, I connect just to people who are going through the same thing or have been through that same thing, which I'm not saying AA doesn't have those people, obviously, but it's, I don't know. It's different when you just talk to someone more one-on-one that has been through it.
That's been through it.
Yeah.
Group settings aren't my thing either. But yeah, so I did a lot of it on my own. A lot of support with like all my sisters.
Cool.
And yes.
Was the alcoholism during your early 20s or throughout?
No, yeah, throughout. When I was 16, I told you, I found out my dad wasn't my biological dad. So when you have something like that happen, because I was always treated different when I was younger, and I thought it was for other reasons, and I found out it was because of that. And when you hear it, when you feel it, you know, you kind of like, I mean, I had someone kind of say it, and I'm just like, what did they say that for? You know, you just kind of don't even think like that. But when you actually have it confirmed, which I asked my mom one night, and it's like your whole world, like just in a second,
it shrinks.
You start thinking of every little way you were treated by, you know,
Detail.
family.
You start putting pieces together, right?
Pieces together, why I didn't look like certain people, like every little thing. And I went to alcohol. Like, I did not care after that. I was just like, I felt like, and I still to this day have really big trust issues with people, and especially men, because if, like, when you have your parents lying to you for that amount of time of life, like, how are you going to trust anyone else?
Yeah, no doubt.
Tell me about it.
People literally lied to your face. And I know they were doing it to protect me, you know, for certain reasons. But you just...
it's one thing to protect you, though. It's another to realize how different you were being treated.
Yes.
You know, and noticing it.
And my mom did... I didn't realize what she was protecting. At certain times, again, when I was younger, I didn't know what was going on, you know? So there were times where I would hear her saying certain things, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what is she yelling about at this person for, you know? Because of the way they're, you know, they didn't invite me somewhere or something like that. But yeah, just things like that. And yeah, it's just, it's a lot. It's really tough to go through such a life-changing to know something like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
You look at your dad different. You look at, and then you want to know who this other man is.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And then you find out he's in the streets. He's on drugs, on real hardcore drugs. He's, you know.
So you can't even see him.
Gangs. Yeah, my family was from gangs. Like, it was just very confusing for me, because my dad, who raised me, he you know, he was from the army, and he was always a good dad. He honestly was good when we were younger.
That's cool.
Tried to be.
Yeah.
Until my mom got sick for sure, and then he started dealing with his own demons.
For sure.
But yeah, and then when around my 20s, it was crazy because I actually wanted to meet him. I know I met him a couple times, but I just when I was 16, I asked to meet him, and he was supposed to pick me up on my birthday, and he didn't. And I said, I don't ever want to have, like, I don't want to go through that again, you know?
Such a letdown, right?
Yeah. And again, to this day, you know, someone leaves you hanging, you're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, you just don't, like, it just brings back, like, a trauma, you know? Some kind of, like, back thing. Memory.
You recount it.
Yeah. So I have, you know, people are like, you cut people off so easily. I'm like, if you can cut off your dad, or lose a mom. Honestly, like, it's really hard to care so much, but I try because I do love, I love people. I love doing things for people, and I think that's what keeps
and
me
it shows.
Yeah,
it shows,
especially with the foundation and your sisterhood and stuff like that. I mean, that goes a long way. So I'm sure your mother is looking down on you and proud that you did something like that to come, to overcome those obstacles. Because, I mean, some people will just be like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go."
Fuck life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and continue to do drugs and alcohol. It's probably be me, but like but at some point you gotta get it together and make it happen. You can't just bank on like, oh, I'm gonna have this great life or whatever it is. Like you need to, unfortunately, be independent at a very young age, and with all the traumatic stuff that's already happened.
And so at what point did you finally realize, like, going back, and just to give you an example, for me to snap out of my funk, my alcoholism, it took an intervention and realizing I was about to lose my kids. So like for you, when did you realize like, okay, I got to snap out of it? Because I know you went through depression. I know there was a post that you even put, that you battling with depression and not being happy with yourself at some point. And, I know you made some changes in your lifestyle as far as like weight journey and all that. So when did all that started transpiring for you?
Well, first of all, I still deal with depression. I don't know who else could heal from that, but like, I just feel like there's always, a good day and a bad day, and it's just part of life. And mentally, you're just either stronger or you're not one day. So that's how I feel about
She's got a point.
Yeah. So there's there's been just so many different moments in life with me. So there's just good moments where like, I could have a drink and just enjoy it and, have fun. And then there's moments where I just want to black out all the time because I'm just going through things or too much, many memories are hitting me at that time. So it just, it's always been a roller coaster in my life till this day. I'll never sit and say like, oh yeah, now I'm better, now I'm not, I'm good. And nothing like that. And again, that's part of, I'm able to connect with people because of that. But yeah, I will never say I'm completely 100% good because I'm not. And I'm okay with that. Like, I accept that, I accept that I have to battle a little harder than other people. And I think that I've been through so much and got through so much that just being able to do that and I'm able to give as much advice to the next person that maybe is struggling and show them that they could do it and they could still continue.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. We're talking with Kat. She has a Biker Kids Foundation and obviously a pretty tough upbringing right there too. And she is doing really good things for kids. And she found a stress relief through motorcycles. And she owns a Harley. And we heard about her foundation. And we were like, we got to bring her on. Renee was really cool to bring you through. So that's awesome. And, we want to talk a little bit more, of course, about the Biker Foundation, the Kids Biker Foundation. But we did want to get a little bit of backstory on who you are, because it's always important to hear who that person is that's trying to do a good thing for the kids in the community.
Because again, our whole thing is if a person like yourself can get through what you went through and build what you've built so far, we just hope that it inspires or just lights that fire underneath that person to be able to say like, okay, yeah,
they need to hear that story or something.
She did, yeah, and that's why
or
we want
his story or my story. Yeah. But
it's crazy because I have been on other podcasts and I'll have random people come up to me and be like, Kat, I needed to hear that.
There you go.
Yep.
And I haven't. And I think that's part of what keeps me going and doing more is because I do have people in my DM. I do have people calling me. I do have random strangers walking up to me and saying your story. I connected, especially like even when we're in, when I talk about Pomona or Baum Park, it's like people that grew up in these cities, they know what's up, and we went through it in the 90s and things like that. So, when you connect again with someone that has been through not exactly, but similarities in that's badass. Like I felt good to hear that. I'm glad someone else went through some things that I went through or still going through it.
Relatable.
Relatable, exactly. And it keeps them going. I feel like that's part of like purpose in, you know, my life is, you know, is that helps me get through.
Yeah. And so again, you know, with everything that you've been through and now where you're at, you know, even having your own business, you know, how were you able to reach that goal?
That I actually saw, well, this was during COVID. So people were losing jobs and everything, right? Everybody's at home. And I was like, this is the opportunity for me to start a business. I noticed that there wasn't a lot of women gear in the motorcycle industry, especially during that time. There was nothing. It doesn't matter where you went. Like there was maybe a little rack on the side. Now it's good. It's like everywhere in every store. But I saw the need, and I always wanted to have a business of my own. And I started a line, Krazy Cat's Moto, and it was focused on women riders.
That's pretty cool. Because I did also see that, I guess, when you first got your bike or something like that, that you bought all this crazy equipment that you really didn't need or something, or you bought like, was it like Alpine, or like you bought like this certain brand and they were like, that's not what you really needed?
Oh, yes.
I saw something like that.
Yeah. So certain things like, you know, goes with the crotch rocket scene, goes with like
that's right.
the Indian scene, goes with, you know, the Vikla scene. So just depending on your style, but I was mix matching a lot of stuff. And it was, I kind of wanted to also offer like where you knew what you were going to get, like what I'd be able to say like, hey, as a rider, as a woman rider, especially with your, what kind of bike do you have? Oh, okay. Kind of offer, you know, certain things.
That's cool. So what's the website where they can go buy your stuff right now?
KrazyCatsMoto.com.
Look at you. So that's two websites now. That's like we got two websites, right? Because the earlier one too.
So I know that when you obviously, because I was looking at this and with your godson and, you know, doing the ribbon cutting, you know, obviously you're in tears because, dude, it's a huge, like, big day for you. Such a successful moment for you in life, especially with everything that you've gone through. Is that store still available or is...
No, everything's online now.
Okay.
I wanted to have a retail. A lot of people said don't do retail because... especially with during that time, it was right after COVID. A lot of businesses were shutting down, but it was something that I wanted to do. And I did get to try it. I did it for the leasing time. And then when it was time to re-sign, I decided me being out of retail all the time when I ride and I do a lot of supporting and going to, you know, events and my weekends and personal life and everything, I just
getting in the way.
Yeah, I think it would be more like a retirement thing for me eventually, to have like a little small, you know, retail store again. But
maybe here in the city of Pomona.
Yeah, in the city of Pomona.
Yeah, downtown.
But definitely, it didn't fit right, especially during that time. It's been down a couple of years actually, and doing online is.
It's easier, right?
Everybody
does online.
And then I go to events too. So I will do events and it's easier there too because you have all the writers there and they're wanting to buy stuff. And it's just more smarter.
Yeah, plus you don't have all this overhead and all these other extra things to worry about, you know. So
exactly,
that makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, a lot of businesses do that now. Anyway, like, what's the purpose of brick and mortar if I could do it from home and fulfill all my orders at home?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got your successful business going on online, and you got your kids foundation, but you also have another huge event coming up.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it a little bit more? Because this one this is pretty badass.
So it's Street Queenz. This has been in my vision works for years now. And I have brought it to a couple of my sponsors who, you know, during that time, and they were like, okay, you know, put it together with, you know, think about it. But I finally did, and I wanted to do it just kind of let me figure it out, because that's what I'm just so used to figuring things out
on your own.
On my own, right? So
might as well.
Yeah, I'll get little advice here and there, but like everybody's so, which is understandable. They're, doing their own thing. They're in their own business. They're trying to grow their own stuff. Yeah. So I always feel like I'm kind of bothering people. So it just bothers me to like, even ask sometimes. But anyways.
Should never be too afraid to ask. That's something I've always learned. You should never be too afraid to ask because you never know what you might learn from the next person.
That's true, but you never know how the person might respond too. So
if the person responds like a jerk, then all right, well, fuck that person.
Well, you don't need that in there.
I've had people kind of say like, oh no, you're not ready for that, and things like that. So, yeah, sometimes you just get kind of a weird response from people, and I've noticed that when I do get those it kind of like, it makes you feel like, should I do this?
Yeah.
You start questioning yourself,
for sure.
right?
Doubts.
Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to doubt myself because I know what I've gotten through. So I know I could do this. And then when you have these positive friends, I have some really good friends that are like, no, you got this, Kat. You're gonna do it. You're gonna, So when you have that in your ear, you're more about going forward. So I did. I went forward with this, and I have been trying to get in a convention center for a couple of years. They finally had like a date opened up because there's certain questions that they ask you. Have you thrown one before? Things like that. So you're like, but I was finally able to have them kind of say yes to me because they do question. They're not going to just let anybody throw something, right?
Right.
So. Yeah, I was able to get a yes from them. I was able to get a date from them. And now Street Queenz is, the vision of this is to do a women's, I'm all about women.
Right.
I do a lot of women empowerment events. I love talking to women. I know some women have a lot of problems with women. I mean, I have problems too, but
I know some women just can't get along with other women.
I don't know why.
I think that's everybody though. Like men, it's just all egos and things like that too, So it's just part of it. But I feel like I handle certain things a little better than most. Or I'll get over a lot of things. I don't like to hold grudges, or I'll just protect my peace by staying away from certain people. But anyways, with this event, there's so many women out there that are influencers that are doing their thing, and they all have a backstory, and I wanted to bring out a lowrider motorcycle tattoo show. I know all these women in these industries, and they're all very strong, beautiful, powerful women that have, stories of how they grew up, and what they're doing in their community, the lowrider community, the obviously the V-Club community, the tattoo, and how they use that to stay on a good positive path, what they do in their community to help out, things like that. So I wanted to bring all these women together to be like, hey, so we could show other women, yeah, you could, have a bad life. You could be from the streets. You could grow up a certain way. Tragic things could happen to you, but you could still do more.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Some people frown upon the lowrider scene and tattoos. Some people, we remember when you couldn't have a tattoo in corporate, right?
Yeah.
Now
it's like common.
Yeah, it's more common, but they went through it. So I just wanted to show like that we can all come together to support each other in each industry, and also show others that, you could be from these industries and live a positive lifestyle. And so I reached out to certain girls that I know, and they all like love the idea of it. After I got the convention center locked in, I did the logo and everything. Street Queenz, I thought was, very self-explanatory for these women.
And we're looking at the website right now, streetqueenz.com. That's Queens with a Z. And
if you notice, everything I have has a Z.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my little
your thing right there, right?
Yeah. Biker Kids.
Yeah.
Crazy Cat.
Crazy Cat.
Yeah. It all has a Z, so it kind of always ties in. So yeah.
Yes, I've noticed that, but you can go get tickets on there right now, streetqueenz.com. It's happening and it's the first annual, right? So we hope there's plenty more to come. It's happening September 14th, right? 2025.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, it's coming
days,
up.
2 days before Mexican Independence Day.
Oh,
so that should be wild.
That's my wife's birthday. Yeah, September 14th. Yeah. My birthday's
so maybe
the day
you should
before.
take her there.
Well, we're leaving already out of
town. No
town.
one cares for your birthday. I already told you about that.
No, man, because it's Pac's birthday.
That's Pac's.
Yeah, I know, man.
The day that he died, man.
But that's pretty cool. Ontario Convention Center. That's like that had to
huge.
be. Yeah, that's really big.
Huge.
Yeah, for that location right there. Because, like, was that always like the site to go to, or were you looking at maybe at Fairplex too, or maybe somewhere else? Or
Yeah, I mean it's an investment. So I definitely invested a large amount to do this. So you got to invest in your dreams.
Yeah.
Right? You got to invest in your goals. And I put the trigger on it. But yeah, I looked at other convention centers. Sometimes it's parking. I've went to events at these convention centers and kind of looked at what are the bads and the goods of it. And a lot of times, it's parking. It's upcharging certain things. But the Ontario Convention Center is, I like the layout. I think it's a good start. The people who work there are amazing. They've worked with me on like paying payments, things like that.
That's cool.
Super cool. They all love what the event is about. They're all excited about it. It's actually pretty cool because when I go to a meeting, they're like, they have the whole team there instead of just my one person. And they just all want to hear about it and who's coming and what's going on. But yeah, it's going amazing. We started posting videos and promos, and I have girls coming from Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Texas, bringing their cars, bringing their bikes. I had a girl from Canada saying she's bringing hers, girl from Michigan. Wow. So registration's going amazingly.
So what are some of the things that people can expect to see during that convention?
So there's so much that is being planned for this. Obviously, we're going to have entertainment. I am still going for my headliner, but I do have a couple of, I have a dancer. The Aztec dancers are going to come, and they're all women, and I believe kids, little girls. We have a Catrina contest, which is, it's a Catrina de Barrio.
Okay.
And what that is like, you guys know the Catrinas, right?
Yeah.
And they dressed a certain like kind of street style. She actually does that specific style with all her art and her streetwear, and she's leading that area. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. We're having a contest for that. Top model contest is run with Amarie. So we're gonna
Amarie V.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've been trying to have her on, but her schedule has just been so busy. So shout out to you, Amarie. Still trying to have you on, honestly.
I love her. She's super sweet. So she'll be in charge of the models, and we're taking on certain models to be at the convention center. I just didn't want a lot of random girls sometimes they come up and they're just randomly on people's cars and things like that. I want it more professional with the women and their looks and everything. I just want it to kind of fit what Street Queenz is as well. What else do we have? We have an audio competition. So the women who have like the audio bikes is going to have a competition of who is obviously the loudest sounds, right? They win.
Bowman. Yeah, that's dope.
We just added choppers. So
Cindy, okay.
And shout out to Cindy, is dealing with the choppers. We obviously have the Viklas. Silly Eve is doing Viklas. Vanessa, Lowrider Princess, is doing all the lowriders, and she's from a lowrider girl club called Girls in the Hood. So she's handling that. I have Nikki. She is on the tattoo booth. So
tattoos are going to be getting made there.
There'll be more flash tattoos just because of the time limit.
Right.
But, the girls could kind of just show
I'm sorry, I'm stupid, so I don't know what flash tattoos are.
They're just a smaller tattoo.
Oh,
Just
okay,
not
okay.
like a big old
Just
portrait or something.
Okay.
Faster times, yeah.
Yeah,
Got
faster
it.
times,
Yeah, get it through and get it out. So there's more. They can get more people, and then they give you a deal, right? They
Yeah,
them,
they give you a deal. Yeah.
like a really good deal because they're not in their studio, right? They're
Yes.
on location, so that does help. Flash tattoos. Yeah, I learned that a couple years ago. I was like, wait, what's that?
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool though. You guys
And
put that all
then
together.
Vendors too.
Yes, we have vendors. So all the registrations are for women only, except the vendors. The vendors are open to anybody.
So what's the cost if there's like a female vendor wants to be involved?
for the booth? For the booth, correct?
Well, let's just say a vendor, like food vendor or whatever it may be.
Yeah, because it's the convention center, they take care of food and alcohol.
Oh, okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah, so it's more like apparel and art and things like that.
Got it.
Yeah, it's for the booth, it's $100.
That's cool. It's not bad.
That's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
Get your name out there and stuff like that. I was
We should,
looking at
have
the.
we should have a booth. Oh, no, we're not females.
Yeah,
Never mind.
but I was looking at the.
Well, for vendors, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
so-
it's the vendors are open. Yeah, but all the registration for like the cars, everything has to be women owned.
How about the artists? Like performing.
Oh, yes, all women. So I
Oh,
was
we
You should
actually
get
going to
Angie
have.
V.
I'm trying to actually get her or DJ Olivia.
that's cool.
DJ Liv. I was gonna have a guy DJ and
We could send our boy Daryl.
well, no, I had
Stilos Rolas.
DJ
Stilo
Trogo. I
Rolas.
was gonna actually have him, but I was like, I'm sorry, like, because I just want to keep it women. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just
Makes
makes
sense.
sense.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
You know, and I was gonna have some guy entertainment. I even wanted like Too Short, you know, but then I'm like,
Dang.
yeah, I'm like, no, I want to stick to the women. So
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, you know, it's all
It
all
makes-
women based.
yeah,
There's
it's-
not.
it's
This is
an
the
all-woman
first of its
thing.
kind, right?
Wait,
I
but
mean, no one's doing
men
this.
are allowed.
oh yes, it's open to everybody. It's family, kids, men.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, do you plan on maybe? You could probably take it on the road. I mean, you know, Arizona,
Yeah.
like Phoenix. You can go to like San Diego.
Depending on
you
how
know,
successful
like,
this
if
one
it's
is.
successful, you know, like just
Yeah.
moving around, be like, this is a traveling
Show on the
now.
road.
I've actually
Yeah.
had a couple other convention centers hit me up to say, hey, we would like you to bring this over
That's
here.
awesome.
It's still in California, but I mean, I've heard other states say the same thing, and I'm just like, let me see how this one goes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm so nervous, you know?
Well, hopefully, I mean, much success to you, and hopefully this event turns out to be one of the baddest ones, so it can continue
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that it has to do everything with women empowerment and bringing some of these female artists, writers, female Vikla writers, female tattoo artists. So I dig that a lot. So shout out to you for putting that together. I'm sure
Pretty
that
cool.
was a stress and a
Yeah.
half.
It is. It's
And it's still going to be a stress because it's not the event
it's
hasn't
still not
happened
done.
yet.
Yeah.
The event's happening on September 14th at the Ontario Convention Center, and it's the first time they're doing something like that. Streetqueenz.com. That's Queens with the Z. Head on over there. Tickets are $25 early bird sales right now. I was looking at that. Also, there's still plenty of space for vendors, and they're looking for performing artists, ladies. So go ahead and submit. Head on over to at @cat_the biker chick, and maybe she could get you guys on the on the performance stage. Who knows that? But you got to go check out the website. There's a lot of information.
How much is it
on
for
here.
the kids? Tickets for the kids.
For the kids? I didn't see that. I just saw this
For
$25.
under 13 is free.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, kids under
14.
13 are free. There it is.
I
Yeah.
am going with my son.
There it is, dude. See, early bird ticket is $25.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna send you the link. I'll send you the link.
I got the link.
I was just trying to be proactive, bro.
So I had one quick question.
Yes.
So there was a Instagram video that you had on your Instagram page, and I just decided, you know what, I gotta ask her about this. So I know that you got. How do I even want to bring this up?
The way he's just looking is just already
Because it's
Throw it
kind
out
of
there.
weird.
nerve-wracking.
It's kind of weird, but so did it bring luck to you when after you got sprayed by the lion?
When I was in Thailand.
Oh, you were in Thailand.
I was
Okay.
in Thailand.
Oh
yeah.
wow! I didn't even see that. Did you pick that on her IG?
Yeah, it was on
Oh,
her
damn, look
IG.
at
She
you.
I'm
got.
surprised it's still there. I didn't even know.
Damn, I'm gonna have to scrub that. She thought I had that and the ex-boyfriend out of there.
lion,
Exactly.
the lion literally turned around and just like
No doubt.
squirted her.
They said
Damn.
it's actually good luck. It was crazy. I was like, what does this mean that I'm getting freaking peed on by a lion? It was crazy.
She got peed on by a lion.
Maybe we'll cut it. I'll put it in the B-roll and cut a short on it.
I have it right here.
Yeah, send me that link and then I'll cut that up. That's awesome.
She's like, shit, well, these motherfuckers.
She's like, I better go. As soon as I leave this place, I'm cutting that shit out of there.
Yeah. I was like, this is pee, right? I was like,
that was great because you recorded the whole thing.
Why is it pretty? This is crazy.
She literally recorded and you see the piss just come out.
That's a good find. Look at you. I love it.
I can't believe you found that. So
we always find like weird stuff. Like people look at us like, wait, how in the hell do you guys know that? Like, it's like, well, when we decided to do a podcast, we wanted to come here and be like, we ain't trying to do this for some influencer shit. You know what I mean? Like we actually go out there and like, what do these people do? What are you doing? Like, like we want to hear about your whole thing. And then, we found little tidbits like that.
When Renee said he was like, I'm not going, I'm like, do they even know who I am? Because I didn't know what was going, So then he's like, no, yeah, they'll know. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then when you were saying you research some stuff, I'm like,
Renee,
okay, then that's good.
That's what
you have to do. You have to do your research.
Yeah.
And then once we get the ball rolling, get to know more about like your background, and obviously there's correlation to like your background, my background. So once it gets to that point, it's like boom, just keep it going.
He's like, I trust those guys. I mean, that's the one thing he did say though. Shout out Renee, man. That was really cool. He did say, that when I bring people in, then you guys are already gonna know. Like, I don't even have to tell. He's like, I don't have to tell you guys. Like, you guys already. He saw the past of what we've done before. Mm-hmm. So he's like, we're not just gonna go and dive in there and come with some softball questions and like be like, like, oh, here's a basic ass question for you. Like, I mean, like we want to like bring you in, and I think it's cool that you're doing. So there's a bunch of stuff here to promote. Also, the Biker Kids Foundation. Biker Kids spelled with the Z Foundation.com. Head on over there too. And if you guys could help out, any donation will help. And they do wonderful services for fallen riders for their kids. They do emotional support gifts and scholarship funds, grief and family funeral assistance. So, I mean, there's not a lot of people that are doing stuff like that. And, they have an event coming up actually as well. And I did read this too, Rojo. I saw that on November the 9th, which is kind of a ways, is the Biker Kids Festival. So right after she finishes up with the Street Queenz, she's going to do something up in November too. So she's going to 6 weeks promote that. So we're going to have her come back in and promote that with us. Is that cool?
We should.
Oh, that would be great. It's going to be right here in Pomona at the Derby
perfect.
Room. It's our
the Derby
third
Room.
year there.
Okay.
Yeah. This is where we've had the festival every year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. So.
We got to hit up these events.
I know.
So
we haven't
can
been
show face and be like, hey, we have that little podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, Johnny won, the Chicano Film Festival. They're doing that right here, and we just had Johnny.
I know. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, we just had Johnny here.
Super cool.
Yeah,
Johnny's awesome.
He was awesome.
He's
That was really cool that he came.
We hope we're trying to be there next week as well. So.
Yeah. I would love to take a couple workshops. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Is there anything that you have that you want to like tell people out there? Especially with everything that you've gone through and where you're at now. Successful business, starting your first Street Queenz event. Is there anything that you want to just share out there for those people that are trying to figure themselves out?
It's weird when people say things like that. I don't realize how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, I think, see it more than I do. And I feel like with me, it's just something I'm doing, because I'm just used to just doing things and going for what I want. But I don't realize how much like people see it as such a bigger thing, But I'm just telling you that. But
no, it's all good. It's all good. Because your whole mentality is just do this, do that, do that, do that, and you never realize how impactful it can be for somebody to just hear it especially from a woman. Yeah. Like I said, with everything you've gone through and now doing what you're doing, it's good to hear like, all right, what kind of piece of advice can you give me?
Yeah. I mean, again, I kind of say this all the time is just trust in your visions. I do believe, again, that visions are God sent. I don't think things just come into your head. I feel like they're sent there. And when you have something that you feel like very passionate about, go for it, pray about it. And I truly believe it'll come into light if you stay, praying about it, stay focused on it, stay on why it was placed in your vision and in your life.
If there's a vision, go for it.
There it is, man. I like
Yeah.
that. So you guys head on over. Kat, go ahead and plug everything that you're doing right now. I know there's quite a bit. I mean, but you probably could just go ahead and say maybe your Instagram and then everything. Looks like everything is linked up right there.
On my, yes. Kat, the biker chick is Kat, KAT _ the biker chick.
Cool. Head on over there. Go ahead and click through. All the links are in there to all the stuff that she's currently doing. Street Queenz with a Z. Biker Kids Foundation with the Z, and then also her gear. So if you buy some gear and stuff like that, that probably goes back to support all her current projects that are going on right now. Head on over to those and give her some support. Kat, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bro, did you have anything for it?
Quote?
The quote,
I
man.
do.
The quote,
I
bro.
And this is a quote from a woman. The question isn't who isn't going to let me. Isn't going to let me. It's who is going to stop me.
Hey now. Who was it?
Oh,
I love it. That blank look, man.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly.
Go for it.
Ayn Rand.
Ayn
AYN.
AYN? Ayn Rand, I guess so.
Ayn Rand.
That's pretty cool.
So hopefully I didn't butcher her name.
Probably did,
Good
but
quote, though.
we can check it out. That is a good quote. I like that one, man. Sorry, we end the show all the time with an inspirational quote. So we're like,
Nice.
all right,
Definitely.
people are, probably like, wait, what? Okay, that's different, it was something that we just decided.
Eventually, maybe somebody will tell us it's kind of corny.
Yeah, y'all
Let that
corny,
go.
man.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no.
But yeah, we'll hear it one day. I'm sure we will. But it's all
We haven't heard it yet, so
not yet, but that's cool though. But everyone, thanks for checking it out, man. We are Tapped In Media. YouTube is where you can find us at youtube.com, of course, Tapped In Media. Also on Instagram, Tapped In _media, and TikTok. That guy does all the TikTok and the stuff on IG. I just do all the YouTube stuff and put that together. If you guys ever want to tell
TikTok
us,
tapped in _media. You
I
forgot to
did
say
say
that.
that. Did I
no,
say
you
underscore?
always skip out on the TikTok, bro.
Oh, man.
I get it. You hate it, but it's there.
tappedinla@gmail.com. Hit us up if you guys have a personal story that you want to share yourselves. And please take care of yourselves out there. Thanks, guys.